Since 1976, I've been writing songs compulsively. I don't have a choice. It's like if you have a dog, that dog will wag its tail. It's what dogs do. I write songs. Every time I've tried not to write songs, I write songs anyway. I write songs about everything all day, throughout my day. If I'm doing the dishes, I'm probably writing a song about doing the dishes. Those I don't usually write down. But the challenge with that is that if you're a fairly highly sensitive person, which most people who kind of show up in places like this have a certain level of higher sensitivity than, let's say, your typical NASCAR fan. You know, not that NASCAR, there's nothing wrong with NASCAR, but those of us who live in our culture tend to get a little bit jangled. There's a microphone over here behind the light, and it's on a shock mount. It's on a shock mount because it's sensitive. There are microphones that people use in a rock band, and it's a $100 microphone, and you could drive a nail with it, it's fine. And it's designed to cancel out all the noise of the band. But no one taught me as a kid how to cancel out the noise of the world. And that's a good thing because it forces us to search for meaning, to search for ways to manage ourself. And so one of the very first things I did was I started taking yoga classes. And I also started working with an energy healer by the name of Mira Marquardt, who was one of Barbara Brennan's very first students. And so what I did was work on myself so that I could somehow write the music and also perform it out in the world. And it's been a 45-year journey. And about a year or so ago, and the journey led me to learning hypnosis and something called neurolinguistics, mostly to work on me. But I ended up opening a hypnosis practice in Guilford, Connecticut, and I practiced there for a while and then moved to New Haven and then moved to upstate New York. And so I've been working with clients mostly with anxiety and other challenges and performance issues with athletes and all the various different kinds of things since I guess 2002 or something. And that whole process just last year led me to combine my conversational Ericksonian hypnosis techniques, where I would sit someone down in a chair and I would be the hypnotist, and tell them to go into trance, to breathe, to do all the same things that a yoga teacher does in a yoga class or a meditation teacher does, but with some understanding of the human mind and how words are very powerful on the conscious level and also do sometimes very different things on the unconscious level. And a friend of mine who I helped overcome a fear of talking on the phone and his agoraphobia, and we became very close friends, and he came to visit me last year, and I had him sit in my big blue chair, and he was talking about a bunch of stuff, and I said, wait, stop. What you just said, I think there's a song there. So I started literally just taking what turned out to be a hypnosis session and singing it instead of saying it. And for me, it was like, oh, I don't have to be a hypnotist over here and a musician over here. I can be something in between. And I was at the Honest Weight Food Co-op, and the cashier who knew me said, Mark, you should just call yourself the singing hypnotist. Okay. I'm not a big fan of labels, but that seems to kind of work, except I also do visual art and a bunch of other things too. So what my healing teacher, come on in. There's space over here too. You can come right in, so you don't have to be right under the door. There you go. So what my original healing teacher, Mira Marquardt, had said years and years ago was, we're not healers. We're not Barbara Brennan healers. We're artists whose work is healing. And that just bubbled up last week. And I'm like, yeah, we're all artists in our lives. We are creating our lives every moment for moment. And we are artists whose work is healing. Maybe we have to start and heal ourselves, and then we can make a positive difference in the world however we find ourselves led to do that. So that's kind of the background. So what the idea was that you could just stretch and do yoga if you want, or you could just go into Shavasana and chill the heck out and give yourself space. And what I like to do is just, particularly if the group is small enough, I'd like to say, so what's going on with you guys? What themes or challenges are you working with in your life? And I can work those into the program, and it might lead me to decide what songs to sing or what to say as I kind of channel the energy of the moment. So anybody have anything? It's okay if you don't, that's fine too. Anything you're working on, any one word, a short sentence of something that would be helpful for you if I addressed it. Otherwise, I'll just go intuitive. Yeah.
I lost my wife to suicide in October.
Okay.
So I'm dealing with anxiety and depression.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And we all know someone or have been with someone or have lost someone. So it's a really visceral human experience. And I don't want to be afraid of emotions in these classes, but I also don't want to make it into a full therapy session, right? So that's cool. And I think that's going to work very well with what I've already kind of been working on myself. Anybody else got anything?
I just ran up and down 6 flights of stairs because I thought you guys were on the 3rd floor. Because the front door says there's apparently
I know, look at
meditation
that.
space
I'm
for
gonna have
heart.
to take some photos of that. But
It's good exercise. I haven't broke a sweat in
So you're
24
warmed
hours,
up.
so.
You're warmed up. Okay. But see, part of the process for me is like, okay, I don't know why that happened,
Part of the drama.
but it's part of our drama. And why does it work out better than we could possibly imagine? To take anything that happens and utilize it. So cool. Yes, and the way back.
Hello. It might tie in with that in this terms of, opening up to next steps. For me, it's more career related, but I think just, in general, the idea of, okay, this is where I am and where am I heading, and just sort of working
Sweet.
on some of those issues.
Cool. Nice. Anybody else? Yes, Elizabeth?
Something just popped in, identity, and actually for me, at this very moment, musical identity, which, I'm a musician too, so just,
Yeah.
like,
You're an amazing piano player. I just loved listening to you play, because I kind of noodle on the piano, but.
thank you, but you know that thing when you're
Yeah.
in, and I'm sure there's other, ways to look at this, but just your, different genres and sort of where do I belong, and, what are the, when you're sort of watering down, sometimes you feel watered down when you're grabbing in too many places.
Yes.
And other times you feel like you're honoring everything that you are.
Right.
So,
Ah.
and then when you're 50, like, where's the mastery?
Right.
When's this gonna happen? So that's sort of long, but it's all has to
Sweet.
do with like, kind of identity.
Nice. I like it. Good. Cool. I think we're going to have fun. Anybody else? Sweet. I think we're going to start.